Welcome to Bee's Travelogue, episode 49. After my wonderful beach day the day before, I had enough of beaches and buses for a while, so I just walked around Jeju City. My first stop was an area with historical buildings and a part of the old town wall. There were several historical markers and a small temple on a hillside in one corner. Once I'd explored this area enough, I left, walked past these two golden men toward Dungmun market. I entered through one of the gates that led straight to the food section where people were busy preparing food already. Most of it was seafood or pork, grilled and barbecued. I then walked through an area that had a lot of fish, and then I came through the fruits and vegetables sections and found all the tangerines that Jeju is famous for. If you're into K-drama, you might have watched When Life Gives You Tangerines with the singer IU and actor Park Bo-gum, one of my favorites. The tangerines here really were beautiful and looked delicious. I briefly left the market and crossed the street to go to Tamna Culture Plaza. I found this bridge with these Jeju workmen carrying a heavy load. I took pictures of this Sunji-chon river and the colorful bridge, and saw this bird standing in the water. And then I headed back to the market. I noticed that there were several gates. Depending on which gate you enter, you are in a different section, and this one was the Kimchi section. Everywhere you looked were tubs filled with kimchi. After seeing all the kimchi, I left the market and went in search of Namsugak Mural Village. Already on the way, I saw lots of paintings along the walls and noticed that there was at least a gate 9 to Dungmun Market. The Mural Village was really interesting. There were beautiful paintings everywhere I looked. I went into many of the side streets and found paintings everywhere. There was also one area where I had a beautiful view over Jeju City. I could even see the sea in the distance. The artists in this village had really done a spectacular job. I felt like I was walking through a museum on the streets. This was one of my favorite paintings because of the colors. And then I really enjoyed all of the scenes from Jeju Island. The paintings depicted regular life on the island. So if you looked really closely, you could see what life used to be like and what it is now. There were horses in the fields next to Halasan Mountain, buses picking up people. There were the diving women of Jeju, which I would see the next day. And lots of pictures using the imagination and depicting animals around the island. I was getting hungry and looking for a restaurant and found a small cafe where I had egg salad on a croissant. My next stop was down the street, the Jeju Folklore and Natural History Museum. Outside the building and the garden were statues and lots of lava rocks, explaining the different kinds of lava. The entrance of the museum had a lot of natural history, from a whale skeleton to fossils to lava rocks. I found the rocks especially interesting, but also the maps of Jeju Island explaining where the different kinds of rocks could be found. Then there were exhibits of the different animals that could be found on Jeju Island and in Korea in general. There were many different birds, some small deer, and even snakes. After the animal exhibits came the Korean Folk Museum. There were different scenes of special occasions in the lives of Koreans. There was this large open central area that had a fishing boat replica and also a small model of what a folk village looks like, and then a bigger building that you could actually look inside and see how people lived. Next came Korean food exhibits, from rice cakes to kimchi to porridge and rice and fish and vegetables. After the food came the cultural exhibits, the hat making, the diving women of Jeju, and then the theater mask, just exactly like I had seen on my first day. There were lots more posters about life on Jeju, about the different seasons and what people were usually doing. After I left the museum, I walked not too far to Samseonghyeol Shrine. This site was very interesting historically, but first I walked around the buildings and found a game to play, and this time there was nobody there playing, so I could try it out by myself, and I was actually pretty good at sinking the arrows into those little tubs. Afterwards, I walked underneath the trees to find the 3 holes in the ground where the 3 demigods emerged long time ago. It's supposed to be the oldest historic site in South Korea. Please read about it here. Here is a clear view of Hala Mountain on my way back to the Airbnb. It had been another long day walking in the sun. I tried waiting for a bus to take me back, but no buses arrived and I wasn't sure if I was reading the maps correctly, so I ended up just walking back. It was maybe half an hour to 45 minutes, not too far, but pretty long after such a long day. Even though I was tired, I headed back to Yongdam, the lava valley I had been to before, because I really wanted to see it at nighttime with the lights on in all its glory. The walk at dusk was already very pretty. The lights were coming on and everything was lit in different colors that kept changing. I walked onto the bridge at first, and then I took a little side path down to the pavilion to get under the bridge on this side of the river. It was very pretty, and then I saw planes landing at Jeju Airport. They kept coming in every few minutes. I then crossed the bridge and went to the other side, and again took the pathway to get under the bridge and look across to the pavilion. The sides of the valley were lit up in different colors, and the lights of the bridge kept changing. There were a few tourists on the bridge, but overall it was very empty and quiet. I enjoyed the light show and I was glad that I had come. After admiring the bridge in its various colors, I returned and walked a little further up the shore to find this bay also lit up in different colors. I then took photos of the shore and the Dragon Rock and the Jeju buildings along the harbor in the distance, and then headed back to my Airbnb. I took a slightly different parallel path back, not directly next to the valley, but walked past a meadow that was lit by different lights and had memorial markers that I wanted to check out during the daytime. I went home to get some rest before my tour scheduled for the next day to the eastern part of Jeju. It was a UNESCO tour. Please join me. Thank you for watching.